Hey guys, this is that Snazzy iPhone guy here with you today, and we are going to be reviewing my new #1 case. That's right, you heard it, the SwitchEasy colors from SwitchEasy. Okay, now these are silicone cases, and let me start off by saying I'm not a fan at all of silicone cases. I've had eye skins, I've had a bunch of other things, and I hated them. They are total lint catchers. They do all this stuff that I just hate. And you know, the colors are different. They are not lint catchers. They're actually surprisingly lint detractors, in fact. No, they're not. They get some lint on the back, but that's not when you pull it out of your pocket. When you lay it on the ground and there's some dirt and crap like that, sometimes it gets, all you do is take a microfiber, wipe it off, and it gets off right fine. You can also, it's really easy to put on and off. Okay, now one thing I'm wondering about is there is, if you can see, there is a little bit of lint. I've taken it off. I take it off probably once or 2 times a day and clean it. So for a lot of people, there will be some lint that you get caught in there. However, it does not stick to the case. It just gets inside the case, the silicone, and the actual phone. And it's not, you just take a wipe down every night and you're fine. The case itself is very, very nice. This texture is really nice. I really like the quality, the build of this. There was no flash in here, perfectly. It's just a really nice silicone. Now it's thick. I mean, this is not your average silicone. If you can see that, that's about how the thickness is. So it's pretty hefty duty. I mean, there's no ripping through this at all. Now, a few things to mention. It is a little bit, it is sticky because it's a silicone case. Not like sticky when you feel it, but when you're sliding it, it sticks to the table. So there's no that slide action you get with the Rebel where you just fling it across the table. That's what it does. It does have the lay on the table design, not a ton, but a little bit. And the good thing is it is super easy to put on. This is a great throwaway case. I mean, if something happens, all you do, slide it in. And I found the fastest method is to flip these corners backwards and then lift over the phone and just put it there. So lift over, and my fingers are not, my hands aren't washed, so that's why I'm leaving away fingerprints. Anyway, so you just slip it in. And it's pretty easy, and it lines up perfectly every time. Camera hole is perfectly aligned, if you can see that. Top button. Now this top button, it was perfect. Now it's a little off, I mean, but it's not bad at all. The bottom, like usual, if it'll zoom in, doesn't want to zoom on me. Come on, camera, auto zoom. Anyway, so it doesn't want to focus, that's what I should say. This bottom part, unlike the Rebel, this one is bendy. This is made out of the same material that the case is, which is fine. The color, this video doesn't justify it because in the color it looks like a bright yellow. It's more of a canary yellow, more of a yellow orange. That's more accurate right there. The button, I love the button. I mean, there's something about it that I just like it more than the physical home button. It feels like a true button. If you can see, it pops out there. It's glossy. I like it. Now the buttons, people were wondering, is it easy to access the buttons? Holy smokes, I love these. This feels more like a button. If you can hear that. Feels more like a button than without the case. I mean, when I took the case off and was pushing it down, it felt like less of a button than with the case on, which is kind of easy. It does not slide around. You stick it on and it's sticking. Like, you have to try really hard, and it even just pops back into place. So in terms of that, it's a really good looking case. Some negatives I found. It's silicone, so I mean, you get some lint. Not a ton at all by any means, but enough to make you pull it out every night and clean it, okay? So, I mean, there's a few things that are downer. Now, one other thing is when you take it off, you should probably take all your ports out, but I don't. Anyway, so if you'll notice, you can't because my screen shield is nasty. If I wipe my screen shield off, you can notice that the screen shield is pulled up. Now this is a SwitchEasy, this is the one they include, and they are great screen shields. There's a little bit right there, a little bit right there, and that's it. But you can notice that when you do slip those, when you lift them over, when you lift the case over, if that's the way you do it, it tugs on that screen shield when it pushes in, so it lifts up the shield. And I mean, that's not that big a deal. If you leave it on, if this is your primary case, that's fine. But if it's not your primary case, that will bother you. And other than that, though, this is a great case, guys. Drop test, okay? Now, I've never felt so comfortable dropping my phone with this. I don't know. It's just a great little handy little device. And I don't know, guys. I really like it. You can drop it so easily. Uh-oh. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, guys. Look, I just broke the freaking screen. Just kidding with you. Anyway, so that's a neat little app. I'll show you that later. And so that didn't look very realistic on camera. It looks pretty stellar from about 5 feet away. Anyway, so it's just a fun little thing. It's a great silicone case, great throwaway. I mean, you can roll this up easy as pie. In and out, it's super fast. I'm telling you right now, this is much easier to stick in and out than it is that of the Rebel, and actually any other case I've used except for maybe the Contour Flick. But it's a great little case, portable. It's cheap. 15 bucks. They give you a screen shield, the bottom dock, the top dock. They give you a microfiber, 2 screen shields. It's just a great deal, guys. The SwitchEasy colors, I highly recommend them. They're on my list very highly, and so that's that. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, stay snazzy.